Hi friends, Ashley from Wildwoods Homestead. I am just going to get right into it. In this video, I am talking about shipping and why it's not really free. I know that seems a little random, but I will explain why in just a minute. That is the first part of this video. I am also sharing clips from our week, some products I make and sell in our online shop, and a soup recipe idea. So skip this if you're not interested in why shipping is not free, and head that way for a yummy fall soup idea. Okay, so free shipping. Why am I making a video on this? Well, I really wanted to offer free shipping in our online store, so I went searching for advice on how to make this possible. How do other companies do this? The answer: build the price of shipping into the price of your product. Really? This seems dishonest to me. Why not just create a good product, price them fairly, taking into account material cost and time, and then just charge shipping? Because realistically, even larger companies can't afford to carry the cost of shipping. It has to go somewhere. So why not just be direct and tell the customer that right up front? Because it's a manipulation ploy. I get it. I need to make a profit too. I have 8 kids to feed. But I also love making the things I make. And if I were a millionaire, I would just make stuff and give it away. That's how good I feel about what I make. I know it helps people and adds beauty to their lives. I've had enough people tell me this, and I've used my own soaps and balms and handmade housewares long enough to feel it myself. And I just love having this creative outlet. I am a creative person, and if I didn't have an online store to stock with my creations, I would just make things as I could for myself, for my family and friends. But I'd like to use it to generate income for my family. And let's face it, all of those materials to be creative cost money too. So I'm just going to be honest. There is no such thing as free shipping. Someone pays, and not everyone benefits. Most companies, such as ourselves, have a threshold for free shipping. If a company builds the price of shipping into each product, well, only the people who buy enough to qualify for free shipping actually benefit from free shipping. If you don't buy enough product to qualify, you pay shipping and still pay the price of a marked up product. Have I said I feel that this is dishonest? I'll add too that it's not fair. And I know the age-old saying, life's not fair. But as individuals, I don't think we should withhold fairness when we don't have to, simply because life's not fair. We should be as fair as we can be. I mean, think about it. If everybody in the entire world operated with a sense of justice and fairness, the entire world would be such a better place. Okay, so now you know that free shipping is a scam. Maybe you already knew this. But what do I, as a small handmade business, plan to do about it? I am a drop in the bucket. Well, first, I don't plan to mark up my products. If you ever see an increase on price of any of my products, it's because the materials on that product have gone up, and I need to account for that. I plan to keep my prices as low as I can and still cover material costs and my time to make that product. You may see other small batch soap makers charging double the price for the same size bar of soap, and maybe wonder if my soaps are made from something super cheap. And that's simply not true. My soaps are priced fairly and with the intent to give my customers the best deal and bang for their buck year round. This is why you won't see me offering coupons or seasonal discounts. I don't cushion my prices to take these so-called deals into account. On a personal note, my husband used to work a very demanding corporate job. He made good money, but we literally had no life. That company downsized and he was let go. I can't say that we were too upset about it. It was sort of a relief to be forced to let go. Pair that with some not so good feelings from the harassment he went through during the mandates. It was a relief to move on. Although we had other prospects for work, we took the year to decide what to do and to continue our self-build because we'd like to finally be done with that. In that time, I finished my online website and continued figuring out the legalities of selling handmade products, creating labels, and so on and so forth, and now here I am. My husband has helped me so much along the way. He is the one to deal with customs and packaging, and he finished the details of the design of my website. And to me, it looks professional and beautiful, and his work saved me from needing to hire someone else to finish the parts of the website that I just did not know how to do. Now, here we are in fall 2024, and he is needing to go back to work. This is still uncertain for us, and we still want to figure out a way to work together and both be home working our homestead and finishing our long, drawn-out self-build, and more importantly, raise our 8 kids together. So I am going to continue with the online store, but this does require some simplifying. And one of those much needed simplified processes is shipping. So you know why I can't offer free shipping. So what can I do? We have decided on offering flat rate shipping. This is the simplest thing we can come up with. We are figuring out the average cost of boxes we have shipped in the past few months and then figuring out a balanced flat rate. This does mean that we will carry some of the shipping costs on larger orders. However, we view this as a thank you for ordering a larger quantity. That being said, we are forever grateful for each and every order, no matter how small or how big. Your business means the world to us, and it is the most satisfying thing to pack an order and see all of that hard work come together and imagine the customer on the receiving end opening up those beautiful products. I also love it when customers reach out to me telling me how much they love using what they've ordered and even how I can improve on some of the products that they have ordered. I have never felt offended by any suggestions because it helps me to create better products. I wanted to address what I just said about offering flat rate shipping, and that we will end up carrying some of the costs on shipping for larger orders. Why are we comfortable with this? Why does this seem reasonable to us when we can't carry the full cost of shipping? Well, for the past year, I have had my products in some local stores. Now, I know those stores have a large overhead to cover, and my soaps were a drop in the bucket when it came to their profit margins. However, they were taking 40% of each sale, and the more payouts I received and added up what I was losing to commission, I realized that paying even just a little bit of shipping out of pocket was still going to be more profitable than paying 40% per product. Okay, so online store, making products, and this conversation of free shipping aside, where am I going with my YouTube channel? Well, I'm going to show what I do. I'm going to share our life as a family of 10, hacking it out in the wilderness. Okay, so we live about 30 minutes from a Costco. I guess this doesn't exactly mean wilderness, especially to those who actually live in the wilderness. But we do live very far north, and we do live in some still very untamed country. Which brings me to our name, Wildwoods Homestead. Did I want to originally call ourselves this? No, I was thinking something cute with the name farmhouse in it, or using the color of my house in the name. I didn't know until one day my husband suggested Wildwoods Homestead. Let me explain. I don't particularly like the term wild. I like neat and tidy. I prefer organization over chaos. Wild woods seems messy and disorganized, and yes, beautiful in its own way, but definitely needing to be tamed to generate something useful and good. And that's where the homestead part comes in. We are taming the wild woods and creating order and beauty and direction. Cutting trees and moving brush by hand and shoveling intense Alberta mud. It all felt wild and hard, but necessary if we wanted to create something for ourselves to live and work in. Which leads me to how we got here through a self-build. We are a true homestead. We could not afford a mortgage in town, and renting was expensive. So we applied for what I felt like was the unicorn of mortgages, the self-build mortgage. A self-build mortgage allows you to build sweat equity to offset trade costs. However, very few lenders will lend towards sweat equity, but there was no way we had enough money to outright buy land and then buy materials and hire people to build us a house. We needed a mortgage, but we couldn't afford an already built homestead mortgage, nor could we afford contractor fees to build a house for us. We applied, and after many ups and downs, we finally qualified, and we built a simple house because, well, it was mostly just us. We were required by the bank to hire out a portion of the work, so we chose sub-trades that we could not readily get the equipment for, and realistically, we only had an 18-month window to finish the build, which was very intense for just 2 guys. Geoff and his dad framed the foundation and poured the concrete. They framed the walls, put the windows in on freezing cold February days, lifted the rafters by hand, and shingled the roof. Because Geoff was in tandem working a challenging job, many days his dad was out here completely alone, cutting trees to clear land and building a large part of the construction on his own. Geoff even figured out how to wire a house, and he built the most complicated wiring system that is tucked away super neatly in our little mechanical room that even the inspector who approved our build was super impressed with. And Geoff is not an electrician. He learned every sub-trade needed to build because that was the only way we could afford to build. This is our lifestyle, and in many ways it's been done before, and in many ways it's unique. So that's what I'm going to share: building, clearing land, raising animals, growing food, preserving food, homemaking, cooking, homeschooling, product production, and raising a large family that I hope grows into a happy bunch of healthy adults who go out and find their own way in life and bless those around them. And I want to bless you, the viewer. I want to be a voice in the world that encourages and uplifts, that yes, sells products, but sells a product that has been well thought out, that helps those who purchase it. But you don't need to be a customer to watch my channel and hopefully benefit. So I hope you'll stick around and give me ideas. Tell me what you want to see, and I'll do my best to present it in a peaceful and entertaining way that holds meaning and value to you. Let me share this very simple fall soup that I know is not unique, but it is something that you can do with pretty much any root vegetable. I'm using potatoes from our garden, and I started by sauteing 2 onions, although I would have preferred 4. I was out of onions. To make up for the lack of onion, I added a healthy dose of onion powder. I also added some salt and pepper to taste. Sometimes I'll add a little nutmeg, and then some broth. I did not have any broth ready, so I just used some water and a little organic bouillon to add more flavor to the soup. I then allow that to simmer until the potatoes are soft, and then I add some of the soup to a blender and blend it with some milk or cream. Then I add that blended soup back to the pot and allow it to cook. I then added some sausages and shredded cheese, and it turned out so good.